What's up, guys? So I was working on the single cab Sen LMT, and I figured I should probably grab the camera. The wheels were filled with mud, so I went through and glued all the vent holes shut and cleaned the foams and dried them all out. Cleaned all the mud out of the tires, and then I realized after I did the front locker it was a pain and there was no videos, so I would show you guys how to do the rear. So I'm going to record doing the rear locker also, so I'll put the wheels all back together and everything. Taking them apart was a terrible process, so I should have recorded that, but just got to get this thing going again. Didn't want to go nowhere because the tires were so heavy, they were just full of mud. I don't know why they would vent mud truck wheels, it makes no sense. But yeah, so I got those all glued up and sealed up, so now I just gotta put them all back together and then glue them up. And then I can put it back together, do the rear locker and all that good stuff, and then see how it runs with lockers, because it was just blowing the tires apart because the front end would lift up and one tire would just spin out of control, and so it's just going through tires like crazy. So guess we'll get going on this thing in a little bit. Alright guys, so I have the rear axle pulled. You have to fully pull it to get the center drive out, but as you can see, they're not very sealed from factory. This is only like maybe 5-6 runs, but it's all caked up. So what I wanted to show that they don't show anywhere to do this locker, these plates on here, these little gears, they actually just like lift straight off. You have to do it perfectly straight or it won't work, so it's kind of a task by yourself, but I'm going to see if I can get it. And this one, you just pull all those right out, and then you have to fish that same gear out of the other side, and then you drop this into here, put that back on the top and screw it back together. But yeah, so you have to pull the whole axle, you have to pull one side so you can lift the axle to get the diff out, but you only have to pull one side, but make sure you get both sides nice and washed out. But yeah, so that's the next step. Make sure you keep everything all good, and then so I'll get this all cleaned up, get this locker put in this diff, get this all cleaned up, and then I'll put all the tires and everything together and get this thing back together and take it for a rip tomorrow, and we'll see how it acts with the lockers. Without the lockers, it was just lifting the front end up and busting the tires. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so I got everything all cleaned up and greased up. So, it's ready to go back together. I pulled this diff apart. I actually figured out the cheat to get these little gears out. A magnet. I just stuck it right in there, fished it like 2 or 3 times to pull it off, and came right off. So there's your cheat. But now you just drop this little locker in on that pin. Can't see. It's hard to do one-handed. There we go. And that side's right down there. And then you'll rotate that for it to lock in. And you'll take this side and you'll slide it in. Oh wait, your seal. Now, drop that down. Alright, maybe put your seal on this first. There we go. Now you pop that back together. Line it up. And put your screws back in. So now I have a lock diff. But couldn't find any videos really explaining that, so there it is. Thanks. Hey guys, so I got it all back together. I got the front and rear diffs locked now, so I shouldn't sling tires as crazy on one side and make it balloon out. But I had to rip all the tires apart, get all the mud out of them, but the thing's literally like 10 pounds lighter. Like, when I first put that up there, it was at least 10 pounds heavier. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll go run them and see how they act. Well, I say they, but I have SCX. That's also built for mud, so I usually go run them both, but that's it for the single cab Sen LMT. Alright guys, so we're gonna see how it acts with the lockers and the 10 pounds of mud out of the tires. The whole truck's so much lighter. So we got the LMT and the SMT. So I love that. We're gonna go see what's going on.
My 2 hours and I said nothing.
Alright guys, so all in all, the lockers is the way to go. It does great. I got a weird noise in my, I gotta tighten up this front pinion, I think. Something's going on there. But yeah, so lockers are the way to go on that. And then the tires did a lot better, and they're not 50 pounds still, so they're all sealed up. I glued the holes that vent them, so yeah. So I definitely recommend doing the lockers and sealing the vent holes as soon as you get it.